Alright, Touchline's in the building.
Yeah, bro.
What's happening, man?
Yes,
sir. Cotton Festy. Looks like the t-shirt is like a Cotton Fest t-shirt. I love the t-shirt though.
Yeah, shout out. It's the self-made t-shirt.
Self-made t-shirt.
Yeah, you know.
You had what was it? You had a song, ne? Self-made.
Yeah, definitely.
Track called Self-made. That was crazy. How's that doing in the streets right now?
I think the people in the streets are really vibing with Self-Made. Yeah. It's one of those street anthems anyway, you know. Yeah. So in the street, it's really bumping. Yeah. I dropped it end of the year last year. Yeah. Yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, we probably wanna get into like a lot more about your accomplishments.
Sure.
But just for somebody who's watching it from the beginning and is thinking, who is this kid?
Yeah.
Let's talk about your accomplishments from last year. I mean, everything. I mean, verse of the year, not even last year, from since the beginning until now.
Yeah.
Verse of the year.
Sure.
South African Hip Hop Awards, you performing there,
yeah.
What it meant to you, because I know it meant a lot for me to see you up there in that stage.
Appreciate that, bro.
And just like your years, man, like 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
What did you accomplish ever since then until now?
Man,
if you can remember all,
it's a lot of stuff.
Because it's so much.
Yeah, man.
$5,000 as well.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, obviously the year kicked off for us like last year, 2019, with the verse of the year.
Yeah.
Which was for me one of the biggest moments in my career.
Yeah.
It was like, wow.
How do you win that? It's through votes?
People were voting for me, yeah. Crazy. So they heard $5,000 and you know, they literally went on their own campaign to make sure that he wins like verse of the year, and I was just out there pushing it as well. So that was a big moment. I think another big moment was I was also like part of the Hype Freshman.
Yeah.
I always keep forgetting about that, but like it's so important also.
Yeah.
I was part of the Hype Freshman of the year.
Yeah.
Nakwana, Back to the City performance, also a milestone, you know. I had a great performance that night, and I think a lot of people were introduced to me there. A lot of people tell me that they first heard me at the Back to the City, you know, show. So that was dope. Cast a lot on logs with PH.
Crazy.
Bro, I can't even remember most of the stuff.
Too many.
The KFC advert. Yeah. Southern Comfort advert.
I remember I saw something on Instagram in Southern Comfort as well, man.
Yeah. Very recently. That was like towards the end of the year. And obviously the nomination for South African Hip Hop Awards. So
how many notes did you get?
It was three. It was two of my own and one with another homie, Zadie Swag, who had a remix with a lot of us. Yeah. So yeah, man. Didn't win any of them, but it was still dope to.
I mean, your performance on that night was definitely everyone's highlight.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody went on about your performance, man.
Yeah. It was. I think it was the one performance where, you know, because I opened it up very poetically, and that's my signature. If you know my stuff, so it's like, you know, I spoke to the people first, and I went straight to Zone 6, which is also a crowd favorite. So it was a standout performance. I want to buy my show.
You had your own show last year as well, I think.
That was also something that I almost forgot. Hip hop culture shock. And we're gonna do the second one this year, but that one is just to put more talent on. That one is focused on putting talent on. Okay. That's why it's the hip hop culture shock. My name is not attached to it. It is my event, but I don't attach it, you know, to myself.
Where was it? In Bram, ne?
In Bramfontein, Republic of 94. You know, fill the place up, you know, and it was dope. It was really dope, and I think we gotta do another one for the culture this year. Shock the culture one more time.
So you've got that brand, and then you've got the Quantum brand as well. That's gonna start moving this year.
Yeah, okay. The Quantum tour. Obviously, that's coming from the back of the song I did with Focalistic. Shout out to Focalistic. We did a song called Quantum. So we decided to say, okay. So we obviously want to start touring this year and doing our own shows throughout the country. And a lot of people are requesting for us, you know, to come perform. The problem is now with the promoters, you know, you can't wait on a promoter from, let's say, Polokwane to hit you up before you go to Polokwane. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to bridge that gap with CA Polokwane and just find out, you know, analytics, see where most of the people want us out there and where most of the people who are listening to our stuff are. find out, okay, cool, it's this place, this place, this place. Let's take the tour there.
Yeah.
Now let's make the means to actually take, to have the tour actually touching base that side.
Yeah.
So Quantum is beginning now, in February. So Quantum tour.
That's crazy.
K1.
That's crazy. I just wanted to get that out the way for anybody watching the thing and thinking, hey, who is this guy, right?
Sure.
And it's crazy, man, for me to see you like doing so well. I don't know if you remember the first time we had a chat. Wasn't it obviously an interview?
Yeah.
On radio. But I don't think you remember exactly what happened there, because a lot of stuff actually happened in the background that you don't know.
Yeah.
So that day, first of all, you came early morning. You were supposed to come 8 p.m. You came 8 a.m.
Yes.
You pulled up. By that time, the whole station was having issues with guests. People having guests without telling anybody. Because people generally want to run their own shows.
Sure.
And they felt like no more interviews if you don't tell the boss.
Sure.
So you happened to come on the day after, which was a Saturday, after that conversation.
Sure.
And I hadn't told my producer that those were the issues.
Yeah.
So I tell him, I think 2 hours before my show, I'm like, yo, we can't do this interview. Please tell Touchline and this team that we can't do it. He forgets to tell you, you guys get there. You guys at the gate, you guys come in. I don't know if you remember when you guys came in, I was literally like, Flip, I don't know if you can do this, but Flip, you know what? Let's just do it.
I remember that moment. I remember that moment. You're like, you know what? And I could see on your face, bro. I don't know if you were like deciding to be defiant.
Yeah.
But you were like, you know what? Stuff this. We're gonna say yes until.
Like that was for me the moment where I was like, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
This guy's here. You even had your people with cameras and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Your camera
to me, it looked like. From just looking at how you reacted.
Yeah.
It looked like when you were getting pressure from the top.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, but these guys are here now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna risk my job for this.
Yeah, I did. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I did.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did. For me, like even the conversation we just had earlier on, for me, I don't know, man. For me, if somebody's already there, and there's a way that I don't even want to use the word put on, because that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I wanted to do because I wanted to have you on the interview. We the one
Sure.
that reached out to your
Sure.
team before anything else.
Sure.
We came to you. You didn't come and say you wanted to be on our radio like all the other kids.
Sure.
We came to you because you were popping. $5,000 was on the chart list.
Yeah.
It was charting hard.
Yeah.
And that's why for me that song is so special, because for a long time we didn't have people like you. Now we have people like you, and somebody else. I have to go through a 48-hour policy before you can come.
Yeah.
This guy's busy, bro.
I feel you, bro.
He's in the studio. He's with 4 or 5 people. He's shooting something for himself.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's serious.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And for me, that interview, I still listen to it. Obviously, before you came here, I had to listen to it yesterday to kind of see what we spoke of and what I really think I missed in the interview. And I watched all your other interviews as well on the internet, even on the Element one you did at Massive.
Sure.
And you're just the same person. Do people ever say to you that you have an incredibly consistent personality, or am I the only person that feels like you're the same every single day, every single time? It's like you are like, you know who you remind me of? Everyone says Pro, but for me you remind me of Reason.
Sure.
Reason can speak to Mama Wako, Mama Mdala, can speak to this lady that's selling a Kip here.
Sure.
Speaks to a rapper, can speak to Frank Casino.
Sure.
Everybody the
Sure.
same way, same
that's very
tone,
true.
same respect.
I love that. I love what you say.
Same thing with Reason. Doesn't matter who you are. I had Reason come through to an interview. He didn't even know who I was.
Yeah.
And he respected me like I was somebody that was like important.
Yeah.
I didn't get that, and I asked him in an interview. And that's what you remind me of. You remind me of that Reason personality. Of just like you can tell through about Kusaraki.
Sure.
Tell me about growing up. Who was in the house? It feels like for me there were a lot of ladies.
There was obviously your lady, I'm told.
Yeah.
And then there was my little sister. That's as far as it goes with regards to ladies.
Yeah.
But I think because I had the time alarm around, I'm told, I think being raised by both parents is crucial. I'm told, very, very crucial. And for me, it did a lot in terms of, like you said, the upbringing itself. You know, raising your kid right. It's not the same sort of like struggles as being raised by a single parent. I'm told. It's actually like a good home, you know. But I think I was grounded by my situation at home more than anything. You know, the fact that there wasn't always food in the house. I think, yeah, you know, the struggles. This place looks like Durban, bro.
Right?
Yeah, it looks like the beach is like somewhere like.
It feels like it's not in Durban, man.
True talk.
People get lost when they come to my house through this side. They're like,
bro, like, just keep on, and it's special. Yeah, well, but yeah, man, being raised by both parents, very, very crucial. But still grounded by a situation. I think the older I got, the more I realized the importance of respect and respecting life itself. You get what I'm saying? And I think for me, it's been that. Yeah, well, nothing has changed. And you speak of humility when you interact with me, but it's to me, I just see it as I come from this place. There was literally nothing going for me, and now I'm in this place where there's a little more happening for me. I can only be grateful, you know. I know that there's many people that would have liked the same opportunities that I got, even though I fought hard for them. But a lot of people fight hard. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, that's where the consistency comes from, I guess.
This is crazy, man. I really enjoy your personality, bro. I think you are going very, very far with this kind of personality. Even after that interview, my manager was there with me, and when you left, he was like, "This is one of the first guys that's ever said something to him." Because people generally don't say anything to him.
Who was that?
My manager.
Okay, yeah.
It was sitting there.
Yeah.
And you said to him, "Yo, where can I follow you?" That's what you said to him.
Sure.
And for him, a rapper that's well known coming to him that you don't even know what he is, you don't even know his title. He was like, that guy just asked me like, where can he follow me?
Yeah.
This kid is going far.
Damn, bro.
So I'm just showing you like what people say when you leave the room and how your personality is like
to be honest with you, Vetu,
impacting people's lives.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I never. That is not something that I ever thought about. You know, like you have to do this or yeah. Well, so it's even a shock to me right now. Mangi's Uti, you know, you guys had a conversation about it because for me, I think it's just second nature. Uti, after you acknowledge it wasn't even a thing that I thought of. I thought about Uti. Okay, yeah. Well, that's why I don't even remember the thing because to me it's just like. Yeah, so I'm actually glad that you said that because it makes me realize it's actually important.
Yeah.
And maybe I should even pay more attention to it. Yeah.
I paid more attention to it after you did that. I was like, that's dope. But it's all about like your raps.
Yeah.
Damn man, they're really going hard. And for me, I'll keep going with $5 because that's my reference.
Yeah.
When you dropped that, what happened? Did it pop from when you dropped it, or did it take time? What happened when you dropped that record?
So, in the end, I dropped this song called "The Letter for You." It was a tribute to Mamuni Mandela after she passed on, and that went viral. Yeah, and at the time, I was still trying to find myself in terms of my art and the direction. Yeah, but I knew I had a few strengths.
Yeah.
And you know, really being poetic was one of them, and I was like so neglecting that because I didn't feel like there was a space for it in the industry. But I kept on writing when I was by myself. I kept on writing like that, but it was never the stuff that I was presenting to people really. And I remember doing that letter for Mamu Winnie. I dropped it like 2 days after she passed on, and I remember it went viral, bro. And I was like, so people want to hear us speaking like this, you know? Only to find that I had recorded 5 grand a year ago.
Crazy.
You know, a year before that, I just never saw the need to drop it. And I remember Live Am called me for a performance, and I went and I performed 5 grand, and it was life changing to the response, you know. And I was like, so damn, it makes sense then. Let me drop this next. And that's what I did. And I remember I had a whole campaign. I was like on like 2,000 followers on Twitter. And I was like, the moment I get to 5,000 followers, I'm dropping 5 grand.
Oh, nice.
You know?
Nice.
So I was campaigning like that. And it was like, it went, you know, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, I dropped 5 grand. Now, attach that to the campaign and people were waiting for the song. And yeah, man, that's when I started really growing my following.
Yeah, I think so too, because I'd been watching, and after you dropped that, and I was like, wow, he's getting out of here. I get so excited watching just numbers, anybody from who's being anybody. I love watching, like, okay, now they're on 20, oh my god, she's on 200,000 now. And I just watched your transition into like the double digits, and it was so beautiful to watch. Every single person I ever saw, because at the time, I don't know, but you just posted a lot of videos of other celebrities as well talking to you. Not Gigi at some point was like, yo, bruh, you out of here. And every celebrity you'd been meeting was just saying, yo, bruh, you are hot.
Sure.
Is it hard for you? I know generally all the things I'm asking you, it seems to be very natural for you. Are the raps hard for you to always make sure that you're always conscious? Because, I mean, how do you top yourself every single time? Do you ever sit sometimes when things, you know what, I'm just going to leave it at this. I'm not going to do anything too deep, like 5 grand or whatever. Does that ever happen to you, or do you always make sure that every single joint has got to be to the T and always emotionally as good as like a 5 grand per se?
Not really, you know. It's also not like it's not something that I'm overly conscious about. I think the most important thing for me every single time I approach a song is to give the song the best energy that it can get. So whether I'm doing a turn-up song like a Zone 6 or a Kambani, or I'm doing something as mellow as
Kambani, I think I've seen you perform that one. That's a crowd puller.
Yeah, no, it's like it's really high tempo, high.
That's a crowd puller.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so, but I try my best to just give that song the best energy. Yeah. And I would obviously picture performing it. That would sort of like dictate what my lyrics would be like. So what would I say in front of 20,000 people? Would they say it back to me right now if they heard it? But you know, there's moments in life you can write a Kambani, and then the next day, you know, you're inspired by something that makes you want to write a 5 grand. Or, you know, a Tula. You know, I remember Tula, how it happened was obviously the whole story came out from Limpopo with Toriso being stabbed to death, and I was really, it was really heartbreaking for me, I'm told. And the best way for me to deal with my emotions is just to write. So I remember I was like to my producer, I was like, bro, you know what? I think it's about time that we speak about this. And I was like, and we need to shock the country though, because nobody's gonna come and talk about this. They'll tweet about it, but nobody's gonna put it on a song. So I was like, I see tune in fact.
It's like Enoch now. Everyone's talking about him, but
you know what I'm saying? And funny enough, the Tula video, or like the promo video that I did, keeps resurfacing because people always sort of like put it back on every single time there's like a tragedy, something like that happening, you know. So it's not Uguti. I try to be conscious. I just really go based on my emotions, and how I feel about a certain thing. And that is mainly it, bro. Yeah, that is mainly it.
It's just really, really dope how your music just touches people. Tell me about it. Has it ever happened to you where you were like, this person just said, my music is dope, and you never thought you'd see that day? Celebrity or anybody? Who is that person?
It happens a lot, bro.
Where is that person? I just need one.
Let me see. A person who really caught me off guard. It's really hard to tell,
because I feel like everybody thinks that every single time they see you.
Sure.
Thinks, man, this kid is crazy.
Sure. I think Questa.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Questa hitting me up firstly on Twitter and saying, bro, like, I really love your work. I'm down to work if you are. You know, and that was like...
What was the feeling when that happened?
That was, whoa, it was mind-blowing, because, you know, he was at the top of his career. And it was like, really?
So at that time you were like, oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? You know? And that really caught me off guard. But that's nice, you know. Anybody can say that to you. But I think him, you know, there was a point where me and him did a show, this show on Moja Love. I'm not really sure what it is. I can't remember, but it was about the whole episode was centered on Questa and his success, and you know, basically paying homage to Questa. And I remember I was called to be his surprise guest.
That's crazy.
And I couldn't believe it, but I was like,
because he's got a pool of surprise guests that he could have brought out.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember there was me, and then there was Tupsi. I'm like, okay, makes sense, Tupsi. They work together.
That's family.
You know, but like, why me? You know? And he didn't know I was on the show. So obviously it was just like, okay, cool, surprise guest for Questa Touchline. And it's like, okay, sharp. And I remember in the interview he was just talking about how much my music inspires him, and I couldn't really understand it. And it's so funny because the day before that he hit me up. Yeah. You know, he's like, Donna, what are you doing on Sunday? You know, now I don't normally get a phone call from Questa.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not like a thing that everyone gets as well.
Know, you know, so like that time
I don't normally get a phone call from Questa.
It was I think it was the first time he ever called me, if not the second. He's like, when's on Sunday? I'm like, Sunday, I'm free, man. Of course you're gonna avail yourself.
Of course, it's Questa.
You know, so I'm like, I'm free, and he's like, cool, I want you to come through and have lunch with me at my place. I'm like, oh, that's dope. Definitely, that's
done.
That's done.
I'm coming.
You know, but before that, I was hit up by the people from Moja Love, and they're like, can you come in tomorrow, which was the Saturday, tomorrow to come and be a surprise guest for Questa. When he called me, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In fact, they didn't even tell me that I'm a surprise guest. I found out on the day.
Oh.
So even me not saying to him, no man, so what's song exactly?
Yeah,
you know, because I really forgot. I actually couldn't believe that he was calling me.
Yeah.
You know? And the next day we see each other. I'm like, bro, like, you know. And you called me just yesterday. I even said it on the show. I was like, this guy called me yesterday.
It's all we were on the phone, boy.
You know, like, it's keep on. Like, it's almost like you knew or I knew, you know? And that's why I think for me, that was the one thing that caught me off guard. Also because when I was listening to Pro Kid, the only person that I really felt was as dope, or not at the time, obviously I was a staunch Pro Kid fan. There was just nobody who was gonna touch him. You know? But I really liked Questa.
I actually watched like an interview last night of you. I think you were with Slicker and you were talking about like clearing your whole phone so that you can put in Pro Kid's music.
I did that, bro. And shamelessly so. You know, because it was I couldn't believe what I was hearing at times, you know?
How crazy is it that there's probably another kid in school right now at Tembe or wherever that's doing that?
Bro, that is
your music as well.
That's the most humbling thing ever, bro.
Let's talk about your new project. What is it? What's going on? And how long did it take for you to put it together? I know there was a time where I even called you. I was like, yo, let's link up. You were like, yo, let me just work on the album. Let me finish this.
And apologies for that, man.
No, don't worry.
You know, when you zone in, you zone in.
You know, when you said to me, yo, I'm on album mode, I was like, that is probably the only thing that you could have said where I was like, sharp. Or family. Because when you're in album mode, there's nothing anybody can do. Just stay in it. And that's crazy for you.
And at the time, I was working on Ghetto Kids, which is the album that I'm busy with.
Yes.
You know? And you know, for some reason, something told me, Uti, I need to push Ghetto Kids back and tell this part of the story first. And that's when I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe a month before 19 Flow released, I decided that I'm gonna do 19 Flow.
Yeah.
You know, because Ghetto Kids is a little more sophisticated.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a lot for it to come out the way I want it to come out.
Because initially, when we had a chat, that's what you wanted to release.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Ghetto Kids was for me gonna be the greatest hip hop album that SA has ever seen.
Yeah.
And I still believe it's gonna be that. And I'm only beginning to work on it now again. But because
Had you started and then scrapped everything?
I had started everything. I didn't scrap everything. There's still songs that I have that are gonna be on Ghetto Kids that I didn't put on 19 Flow.
Okay.
You know, the crucial songs that I feel like, you know what, over here, I think we need to just save this for a different time. And by no means, not even like bangers or anything, but it's just the message is just so strong that I feel like we need more reach in order for people to all hear this. So let's give ourselves another year. You know?
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. That sounds like a boardroom meeting that you had with yourself.
Yeah, basically.
It was
you
like,
know?
okay, cool. We want to release, because Big Hash also wanted to do the same thing. He wanted to release an album.
Yeah.
And then he decided, you know what? We're not there yet. Let's not do the album. Let me release an EP for now.
Sure.
And then I'll drop the album. And the nice thing about that kind of thinking is that the tape ends up being quality album. Quality wise, it's like album level, because you wanted to, you know, to see yourself on an album level. Which is like really, really dope, man. So the project, are people enjoying it? What's going on with that? I know you. Are you touring off these songs as well?
That's the aim, you know. Obviously I'm starting with Quantum. Yeah, well. And it's not really a tour for the song. It's a tour to showcase the music. I'm just packaging it as a Quantum, you know. And, hopefully it wasn't guy Quantum and travel around the country.
But
you know,
that's really dope.
You know what I'm saying?
That'll be a dope one for your image.
You know what I'm saying?
That would like work so well. With
I'm working on that, bro. I'm gonna make it happen.
Oh, I can see that happening. I can see that happening.
And the response is just overwhelming, man. We're a little late when we dropped it. 19 Flow. We finished mixing it on the day it dropped, but we already gave the date out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's why it wasn't on iTunes the first day.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
because wait, so how did that happen? Was it the engineer that took a while? What happened?
It was the whole process, bro. Because you know, when you're mixing a project like 19 Flow, you cannot just do it like you're mixing a regular hip hop album where it's just a beat and raps. You know, there was a lot of sonics that were involved. Yeah, well, we would say, okay, cool. If you listen to the first song, To Mamina, we wanted to make it sound a certain way. If you listen to the last song, Lucky You wanted to make it sound a certain way. So songs like those are always going to take some time in order for me to be happy with them. But I was on the last day, bro, I was just like, Mfana, that time we already told Slicker on live, we would say, it's coming at 12.
Yeah.
Slicker, it's 12. Slicker doesn't have it. And when it's time to upload, network gets a Timbisa.
I boom.
And all I need to do is send you know, a link to my manager who is all the way in, he was in Yeovil. Okay. Right? And I'm supposed to send him the songs. Okay. And he would send to Slicker and upload and everything. Bro, I remember that day, dog. It was like now 12 o'clock, say child. 2 o'clock, I think we were done mixing the project. I'm supposed to have it on. Boy, I want to EV transfer 1% for like 30 minutes. I'm like, nah. Shy moto, no. File USB, shy car. And there was no power in Yeovil. So everything is going haywire, Faith. Yeah. And he's like, meet me at McDonald's, and that was a McDonald's in Bruma. And I was like, sharp. I am a traffic yonki into Smiley Friday. Yo, robots ready. Yo, Smiley. Things that I'm uploading. Yo.
The only thing that's actually going well is that you are alive and the USB is on you. That's all.
My man. You know what I'm saying? And we eventually got there, and we were uploading, man. We were late. Now you uploading on a Friday at like 6 p.m. Who's online at that time, bro?
Yeah.
People are back from work. They're getting ready to go out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the worst time to upload. But I said 13th December, so I need to make it happen.
Yeah.
So we uploaded.
Yeah.
And I remember the numbers were flying at the end of the night, you know? I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I'm like, people really were waiting for this. Yeah. A lot of people aren't online on the Saturday, Sunday, Monday comes, and everybody's just going crazy about 19th floor. Like, now the questions start coming. Why isn't it on Apple? Why isn't, you know? And I'm like, and I reply to everyone on social media, but I'm missing those Apple comments.
I know, I see you
Apple,
often.
Apple, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see you often.
You know? And there are people that even now come like, yeah, man, listen, I love your music, bro. But the fact that you're not on Apple shows me that there's something wrong in your team. You know, I can help you out with that. I'm like, nah, fam, you don't know what's going on. You know, and people are like, and that person's like, why did you drop now? What? I'm like, bro, you don't know why.
2020.
Yeah.
It's gonna obviously be a big year for you because you know you've done the work, the foundation for the house.
Yeah.
What I know we already touched on a couple of other things. What are you hoping to do this year? Are you hoping to work with different people? Because of course you're the type of artist that everyone wants to see with another artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, hey, we want to see you with Peter, we want to see you with, Black Layers, we want to see you with this. Yeah. Everybody's always like that with you. And you've met all those Grootmans already.
Most of them, yeah.
Yeah,
most of them. Yeah, as well. Shout out to Zakwe because he really like accommodated me in Durban, man. He got me out there for a show, and I actually got to meet a lot of my fans.
What happened? What happened there? I saw the video. You was that your first time flying?
First time ever flying, bro.
I saw that video.
Yeah.
I was so excited for you, man. I saw you. I think Ben said or something like that.
Yeah, like we did a lot.
It just looked like a dope ass place. I think Big Zulu Power.
Big Zulu was there.
Whose show was it?
It was a show that is done by Zakwe and Musicaholic. So I was speaking to Musicaholic because I had never communicated with Zakwe before. But Musicaholic is my boy. We speak, you know. Yeah. And he's like, bro, it would be so dope if you came through. Because I saw him post a flyer on his WhatsApp. And I'm like, hey, Toya, this is dope. This is your initiative. Yeah. He's like, yeah, bro, it's me versus Zakwe. Old school versus new school. I'm like, that's dope, man. He's like, do you want to come through? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, bro, I can like organize like transport and just a place for you to crash. I was like,
I'm down.
Oh, yeah, bro. I'm coming to Durban, bro. Yeah, well, the best way for me to start off 2020. Yeah. And yeah.
Was that the 1st of January? What day was that?
It was like 4th of Jan. So I
Jan.
left on the 3rd of Jan.
Okay.
And I was coming from Mpumalanga on the 1st of Jan. You know? Yeah. So I got to Joburg 1st of Jan, talking to Musicaholic on the 2nd of Jan. 4th of Jan, I flew to Durban.
Crazy.
Yeah. 4th of Jan, I flew to Durban. Yeah. And it was my first time, obviously.
I remember you were like, I always knew that what did you say? I always knew that my music would take me to places. Yeah.
I knew that. You know, I've always just been waiting for the day. Yeah. You know, because my mom always used to spit this verse for me, this Bible verse. And she'd be like, you know, isipho sakho sokudlisa nabantu abaphezulu, basically. What she'd always say to me. Well, you know, she still says it today. And I remember my sister sent me that quote when I posted that video. It's crazy. Because I wasn't at home. I posted that video.
It's your little sister you were talking about earlier.
Yeah. And
so there's only 2 of you guys?
I've got an older brother too.
Yeah, okay.
You know, and she said, as Mom always says, she said that. I was like, this is true.
How old is she now?
Right now, if I tell you my sister's age, people are going to know my age. So.
Come on. Okay,
I don't want people to know my age.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, it's fine. I'm sure they can Google it though.
That's a lot of work. Now here they can find it for free without having to work for it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. But, yeah, Joe. So my sister, she said that, and I was like, snap. Like, that's so true and real, you know? And... yeah, man, it was just a humbling time, humbling experience. Yeah. You know, and shout out to Abo Zakwe, Abo Big Zulu, Musicaholic. you know, everybody just like was really kind to me there. Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, let's get back to that 2020. What are we doing?
Definitely more traveling, hopefully, you know, and I'm traveling because of work. I want to go to Limpopo because I've got an audience there. I want to go to the Eastern Cape. Cape Town's waiting for me. At least I've seen Durban, and the response is incredible, you know. I'm walking in the street and a person will be like, hey, Touchline. I'm like, ow. Y'all know me? Y'all know me this side, bro.
Yeah,
you know, so it was like, it's crazy. And where else? Everywhere, bro. Like right now we started with the Quantum Tour. So we're focusing on Gauteng for now. All the strongest places in terms of my following in Gauteng. But anything to take it outside the province afterwards, more music videos, more collaborations, you know.
But you push the music videos though. I see you're like, I'm just doing it. I can see that you're very passionate about like putting the actual videos out there. Even that one. What was the one where you said Ngelisama?
Award shows.
I love that one. Award shows. I love that one. I love that one.
You know what I'm saying? And that we shot like literally with like a whack ass camera. We shot Nyagaza with a phone. There was one called Kapish we shot with a phone. I just come from a place where if you don't get the resources, you just gotta get it done anyway. You know, so yeah, man, and people love people love Nyagaza Cho, and that thing was shot with a cell phone. You know, so I'm really happy
shot
about
with one
that.
little GoPro.
You know what I'm saying? But we have to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, we have to make it happen, and more videos. Hopefully, get money to put more into the videos, because the ideas I have visually, you know, I'm gonna need a little more. So, pushing 19 flow, definitely. Yeah. You know, but yeah, collaborating with more artists, and starting to work on Ghetto Kids is also gonna be very crucial. Okay. I think that's 2020. Summing it up in a nutshell, that's mainly it.
Okay.
Yeah. There's also other ideas, but you know, I'll get into those later.
Just like one more thing before we get at it.
Yeah.
There's a list came out yesterday.
Oh yeah, the new wave.
New wave. I want to ask you this. I'm not gonna ask you. Well, let me see what I want to ask. In that list, do you think that you should be new wave?
Yeah, definitely, because the public is only waking up to me really right now. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense.
Also because you were freshman last year.
Yeah, everything freshman related happened last year. Freshman of the year, best freshman even at I'm not sure it's Kumanga Hype magazine freshman of the year, and even at the awards freshman of the year. You know, nomination. You know, so it makes sense that I'm part of the new wave. You know, it makes a lot of sense. Makes sense.
Right now could change, could not. You're at 6.
Yeah.
How do you feel about just being on the list, not necessarily number 6?
Humbled, man.
Yeah.
I think I was telling you before we got into the work, but for me, I came from a place where like I never used to get acknowledged. So to just be seen and be spoken about, it doesn't matter so much that people are speaking about you, especially people that are up there in the game. Because when the public really messes with you, I think that's all the validation you need. But it is humbling to know Wuti and they sort of like love the kid and they're responding to the energy I'm putting out. It's humbling, bro. Yeah, it's really humbling,
bro. Thank you so much for coming through,
bro. Anytime.
You are just like a great soul. Love watching your interview, so I thought we have to make one.
Yeah, man, and hopefully somebody's gonna be watching this and be like, I loved watching that.
Yeah. They're gonna say that. I know. Everyone's been saying, yo, when you gonna bring out? They asked me about other people as well, but I was like, I need Touchline for the second episode. Yeah. Then I know what I'm gonna do for third and fourth and fifth. Yeah. And yeah, man, very excited for you. It's hard in the car, so we're getting out.
Aware, bro. But yo, shout out for pushing the culture forward. I know what your vision is for this, and I really hope what you see happens.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah,
it will.
We're
doing it. And I'm glad to have you in the beginning stages of it. Before we have like 16 cameras
and that's gonna happen, bro. Yeah, man. What you're looking for, you're gonna find.
Yeah.
Always.
Hey, wait, what time?
So.